Hey Virgos, happy June. This is your love reading for June 2018. If you guys want a private reading with me, all my information is in the description box, and I am offering something new. It's a question reading, $22 for the question. It's a 3-card pull along with clarifiers and an oracle card. There's several oracle cards. So let's see what's going on with Virgo for June 2018 in love. What does Virgo need to hear? June 2018 in love. Already starting off with the Lovers. All right, Virgo, and at the bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Cups. So that's the energy coming through for the month of June. So the 10 of Cups, it's a cycle that's complete. Things are coming together in love. There's going to be happiness. There's definitely going to be happiness as the overall energy, but there are some things that have to be worked through first here, possibly some decisions that have to be made. But you have that 10 of Cups as the energy, so happy family, happy home, as you can see in the card. And this is a new deck I just got. It's the Tarot of the Good Witch. The cat, the food, the children, the happy parents, so altogether happiness for Virgos. But again, some things that have to be worked through first, some decisions that have to be made. You're starting off with the Lovers. And the Lovers is that union of the energies. The Lovers is also about a decision having to be made. It can be marriage. It can be taking a relationship to the next level. With the Lovers, it's also a decision. And I'm saying definitely a decision because you have it next to the Queen of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords, she uses her power, her intellectual power in order to make a decision. And the Queen of Swords uses compassion while making a decision, though. She does have that watery element to her. So she can be a little cold-hearted, yes, but she still has some compassion. Speaking her truths. Two of Pentacles next to the Queen of Swords. And the Two of Pentacles speaks about some kind of an imbalance that's going on. And if you look, it has the infinity symbol, the number 8. So that's very important. So some Virgos may need to look up the number 8. If you're seeing that number may be assisting you. You have 2 8s in here. There's another 8 down here. So with the Two of Pentacles, this person here, they're looking, what are my options? So you may be weighing options between several people, several situations, but there is a decision that's being made here next to the Queen of Swords. So some of you are really thinking about a decision you have to make, and this is a decision for your own happiness. You're in control of your own happiness. For some of you, it may be a decision to be single, or if not to be single, a decision to focus on your own happiness. The 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is all about somebody who has self-abundance, self-happiness. The 9 of Pentacles, it's all about abundance. So this is all about you guys working on yourselves, making decisions based on your happiness versus everybody else's happiness. So Virgo is the sign of service. Virgos usually tend to focus on other people, doing things for other people, but it's time for you guys to start focusing on yourself and what makes you happy. Next to that, you have the Queen of Wands and the Three of Swords. The Queen of Wands can be fire energy, Sag, Leo, Aries, but the Queen of Wands is all about passion, somebody who's driven to move forward. So there may be some decision here, and passion and happiness and courage is driving you to make a decision. Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords does speak of heartbreak, sadness. But along with heartbreak and sadness, the clouds are clearing. There is sadness, yes, but sometimes in order to start a new chapter in your life, there is a little bit of heartbreak and sadness. You have the Eight of Pentacles next to the Three of Swords. So you're like really focused on putting work into this. You're focused on putting work into yourself, your self-happiness. If it's a relationship that's on shaky ground, you still have the Ten of Cups here. So for some of you who are going through difficulties in a relationship, you may really be focused on working on yourself. Looking at, what have I done to cause upset in this relationship? Not just blaming the other person. So there's that as well. But what I see here, especially with the Queen of Wands, you really have the passion and the courage to move forward. And yes, some of you may have to make a decision between two people. You have the Two of Pentacles here and the Three of Swords here. So somebody may get heartbroken in this, but you do have to focus on your happiness. What is it that brings you to this Ten of Cups, Virgo? That's what you have to focus on. And that's, for some of you, a decision that you are going to have to make. But you have the Ten of Cups. I mean, yeah, there's hard times, there's shadowy times, but you're working through that. What is the Two of Pentacles all about for Virgo? And especially with two queens here, the Queen of Swords, air energy, Queen of Wands. Yeah, definitely possibly two parties here you have to make a decision between. But a lot of that I see as energy that's coming through for you. Clarify the Two of Pentacles for Virgo. Yeah, you're in hermit mode right now, Virgo. Your card came out. Right now, you're thinking about, what do I need to make me happy? What is it that's going to make me happy? There's not a lot of talk going on between some people, especially while you're in hermit mode. It's like silence. There's nothing going on. Even when it comes to love and romance and sex and things like that, it's like it's just not happening for you because you can't even focus on that right now. You're too busy focusing on, what am I going to do here? For some of you looking to choose between people, who am I going to choose? But the Hermit is also about healing. So I think you're really working on healing yourself, especially with the Nine of Pentacles here. There's a lot of self-healing that has to happen. Clarify the Three of Swords for Virgo. What's this Three of Swords energy? All right, so you have the Lovers and the Eight of Pentacles. So again, a decision that has to be made, and you're working on making a decision because you have the Eight of Pentacles twice. So with the Lovers twice and the Eight of Pentacles, you're definitely working on having to make a decision. Yes, possibly between two people, possibly to be single, or possibly to just work on yourself. There's several different options for different people, but with the Eight of Pentacles here, you're really focused on this. And there's a lot of eights here, Virgo. So I think that for you, the number 8, and look at the Hermit card, the number 9. So 8s and 9s here. I really think a lot of you, because you have the 9 here as well, a lot of you are coming towards making a decision, especially with the 8. The 8 is like the infinity symbol, right? So for some of you, I think really there's a decision that's going to have to be made, and this is going to bring you to a new cycle. The 8s definitely are new beginnings. So what's this decision, Virgo? It's like somebody's going to have a broken heart here with the Lovers if you have to make a choice. Even if it's a choice just to be single because that's what's going to make you happy because you're not happy in a relationship. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some kind of decision here. I'll focus on this a little bit more for you guys. Clarify this Three of Swords with the Lovers and the Eight of Pentacles. Definitely could involve something with work because you do have the Eight of Pentacles here. And some of you are working too hard. Some of you maybe possibly, especially with this Ten of Wands here. But although the Ten of Wands is about burdens, this is a good card because this is about you finally dropping those burdens. Tens, again, the end of a cycle. So it's the end of burdens. So if some of you have been too focused on carrying a lot of burdens, carrying a heavy load, you've been unhappy for a while, it's time to drop those burdens and make a decision here. One more for and deception. So some of you, I think this definitely could be escapism. It doesn't have to be cheating or deception, but the kind of deception that could be going on is you trying to escape a situation and not really have to make a decision. So you may be fighting it, but with the 7 here of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles, you may be escaping towards work in order to avoid this, to avoid people here. There's always that possibility. Again, it's what resonates with you. Clarify this Three of Swords, but there's possibly some kind of deception here for some of you. Yes, it's going to be different for everybody. Yeah, definitely involving family, structure. The Hierophant is like the teacher, the sign of Taurus as well. But the Hierophant is here to help you. The Hierophant is here to guide you. They are the guide, they are the teacher. It's like a learning lesson. This possibly is some kind of a karmic cycle that you have to overcome. Yes, there is going to be a little bit of heartbreak, but again, your energy coming through is the 10 of Cups. And look what's underneath this, the 10 of Swords. So the end of a cycle, you have 2 10s here. The end of a cycle and a new beginning. You have the Ace of Cups underneath that. So again, there is a tough decision here for some of you, but in the end, Ace of Cups, new emotional beginning, happiness, the end of a tough cycle. So some of you are really working towards that here. What does Virgo need to hear? Some of you may just be getting to a point where you can't carry these burdens anymore. Maybe you're working a lot of hours. Maybe you're putting a lot of work into a relationship and you're just not getting anything out of it. Definitely could be involved marriage, family, government, law with the Hierophant. What does Virgo need to hear? You got King of Michael, which is the King of Swords. So again, it's about making a decision. Wisdom and objectivity are important. Stay in your integrity. The situation calls for honest and open communication. So for some of you, definitely some communication that has to be involved here. And you have the Tower, change your life. And I know you got the Tower in your last reading. I think it was your bonus reading into June. So definitely a lot of Tower energy here. And I feel as though if some of you aren't making a decision and you're basically just sitting there blindfolded, the Tower is going to come in for some of you, but it offers freedom. It's breaking free of things that don't serve you anymore. What does Virgo need to hear? Chaos and conflict. So yeah, there may be a little bit of chaos and conflict. And look at the number on this, number 33. So there's a lot of significant numbers coming out for you guys. 3, so 33, 333. If you're seeing 8s, 88, 888, 818, things like that. But there may be a little bit of chaos here because some of you definitely are making a decision. Again, some of you are carrying heavy burdens and you just can't carry those burdens anymore. So this is causing the Tower to come in for some of you. And the Tower isn't always bad, but again, it's not the easiest either. It's definitely change coming in. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself that you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control, yet every storm passes and chaos leads to the reordering of things. So whatever chaos possibly comes in the month of June, and again, you had that tower in your bonus love reading, which was into mid-June. So maybe somewhere around mid-June, that second or third week, this tower energy may coming in. And again, Virgo, if there is chaos, yes, Virgo is like order and structure, but take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for 4 seconds, and breathe out. Repeat that, if you find yourself in this situation. It's still going to lead to the 10 of Cups regardless. So don't worry too much about it. Stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. This is for the relationship messages. The incessant need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. So there's definitely some conflict, internal conflict here. This is an opportune moment to learn about your values, your sense of self, and what's really important to you. Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. Can you find a way through the stormy emotions to higher ground? Soon the air will clear and you will be in a much better place than before. For the storm will have passed and blazing a path for new growth in its wake. Things can become electric, enlightened, always better than before if you use this time constructively. So Virgos, in your love relationships, again, this is going to be different for everybody. Some of you, yes, that tower energy is coming in. It did come in for your bonus reading for into June, so there's definitely a tower situation here for some of you. Is it always easy? No, it's not. But for who this resonates with, that find yourself in this situation where you're carrying heavy burdens, you just can't take it anymore, it's time to speak your truths, and it's time to focus on your 9 of Pentacles. Focus on your happiness. The person in this card is completely content. She has the glass of wine, she has the cat, she's reading a book, she's relaxed, she's worked hard, and for those Virgos who are in that situation, it's time for you guys to enjoy your lives and the hard work that you've put in and make a decision based on your happiness. For some of you are in this 3 of Swords situation and it sucks, and maybe that's why you're in that escapism mode, but it's time to work through that chaos and conflict and get yourself to higher ground. All right, Virgos, I hope you enjoyed this reading and let me know how this works for you guys. Take care and have a wonderful June.